Hey, my friends, just finished up a quick hike.
If you like leadership content or coaching tips to make your job easier, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video.
If you haven't been out to get your hike on or get your exercise, we gotta stay healthy, guys. And whatever job it is, there's always stress, there's always pressure, and you have to find ways to relieve that pressure, that stress. For me, it's coming out to the nearest state park or the nearest wildlife sanctuary, or even even the park, just to get a quick couple miles in. And this evening I did just that after work, just for me, and again, it also helps you stay right, because your people need you at 100%. So this is number 4 of what makes a likable leader. You have to be positive, and it's hard to be positive when you're not okay. So part of it also is taking care of yourself, mainly for your family, but then at work, you never want to bring those negative energies to work, and we got a job to do, and it's always and we all got problems, but bringing it to work adds. Now you have a problem at home and a problem at work, right? So you always have to be positive. You're a leader, and people are looking at you to lead the way. So you have to bring that positive energy. And that doesn't mean that you have to do a presentation on being hospitality or being positive, this is a natural thing. You come in, are you saying hello to people? Are you approachable to people? You don't need a meeting to have with folks to show how positive you are. You walk into the restaurant, hey, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, everybody. How's everything going? How is today? How's business today? How are you today? Well, actually, I usually ask, hey, how are you doing? And then I ask, hey, well, how's business going today? Be positive, right? We all have opportunities. Everybody has opportunities. I'd be lying to you if I told you my restaurants didn't have opportunities. They do, but we're all human. We all need help, and coming at it from a positive mindset where I'm here to help you is always the best way to go. And I know we have negative people out there, and we have people that we have to work around and work with. And like a manager friend of mine told me, promote those people to customers. You know what I mean? But there's always negative people out there, and don't let that affect you. Hey, just now I just ran into a snake. Here's a picture of it, or here's the video of it. I didn't let that ruin my run. Now, gave me a scare. It made me jump back, and you can see, I think I scared it more than it scared me. But that video there is after I jumped, and I didn't scream, but yeah, it scared me, and I was probably about half a foot away from it. When I turned the corner, I was looking to the left, and I'm always looking forward and making sure there's nothing, because I run in state parks, I run in sanctuaries, so there's wildlife out here. I've seen hogs, I've seen deer, I've seen alligators, I've right next to them, and snakes. I've seen it. So I'm always looking down and making sure I don't run into, and I think that's a water moccasin, and those are venomous. They're positive. They're around in southern Texas. So I ran into those quite a bit out, especially here. I'm running in there in a wildlife sanctuary next to the channel bayou here, not the bayou, the ship channel, and waterways. So there's plenty of them out here. So anyways, what I was saying, don't get me all excited about seeing a snake. There's always negative people, negative experiences, but you have to be able to deal with it. Okay, bring that positive energy. They'll see it. You'll see how quickly you turn it around, because they're on the defensive. They might have opportunity, and they know that you're coming for them. Have that hard talk with them. But if you come positive and you show that you're there to help, you'll see how quick you turn it around, my friends. So, how to be a likable leader? People that will follow. People that have influence over others. Be a likable leader. Be positive. All right, my friends. You got any other tips out there? I got 6 more to go on this list. I've been a little bit behind on this one, but 10 things that makes a positive or likable leader. That's number 4. All right, my friends, I'll see you guys on the next one.